Hey guys, welcome to another one of our videos. I'm the Worm, this is the Proton. Today we're doing another juice review which we did receive free of charge from vapegear.co.uk. Big thank you to Keith and mainly the lovely Kirsty. She also sent us down these lovely tyres which we show in every video. We're not going to put music on this time though, unless he's going to do it.
I ain't promising that.
So yeah.
That is what it is. What we're doing today, guys, is another juice review from Vape Gear, another one of the juices they've just started doing. When they got in contact with us, Keith and Kirsty said, pick one each and we'll send it to you. And end up sending us 5. I did cheekily say to Kirsty, I was quite partial to this flavour, and I wonder whether it would be possible for you to also chuck in a bottle of the green stuff, which is their take on a cannabis marijuana flavour.
Marijuana!
So basically that is what it is. So that's what we're doing today. We are doing the green stuff, 12mg strength from vapegear.co.uk on leather vape. We're going to have a little flip.
Yeah, obviously guys, the green stuff, it comes, this is, all their juices will pretty much come in 60-40. We haven't seen any difference to that, so we're assuming that's what they're doing for the moment. But this is 12mg strength. You can also get 6, an 18 and a 24 in there, which are all separated, and then you pick your flavour in whichever nicotine strength juice you actually want. Chip compliant labels, tactile labels. When I get the bottle back, I'll have a little look for anything else that I may have missed.
Childproof caps.
It's got the childproof caps, obviously, guys. Not your standard nipple tops, but they are just slightly elongated, as it were. So they're a little bit better than your standard ones. You get those little domey ones. These are more towards the needle, but a soft needle sort of thing. But yeah, it's just got basic warnings on the front of the label as well, just saying keep away from children, all that kind of malarkey. But it is nice to see that it's on the label as well. And obviously a big skull and the Vape Gear sign. That's all there is to say about the bottle. And the juice.
Right, okay, right. In the bottle, this smells kind of like pine needles. Every cannabis flavour I've tried, and I've tried about 5 now, has smelled very similar to sort of a pine needle kind of smell, sorry, I think it's working, smell, so that's what it is. So I expect it to kind of taste like this. Doesn't this kind of tastes a little bit floral, quite earthy at the same time. It's very immediate flavour out there, none at all. I've now got no flavour on my tongue or anything like that. Let's just bare bone it, guys. Does it taste like weed? It depends on what weed you smoke. To me, it does. It is reminiscent of a cannabis. It's reminiscent typically of a dry Taiwanese cannabis. That's what it tastes like to me. It tastes like dry Thai. I'm not gonna, let's just be honest with it.
I wasn't a big heavy green smoker, shall we say. I have tried it, I have done it for a couple of years, on and off throughout my life, and yeah, alright, I've been there, I've done it. I'm not really sat there and gone, oh yes, this is this kind of weed or whatever.
I was more of a connoisseur.
Yeah. I kind of did it at the end of the night after a few drinks, and that was it. Does it remind me of it? Yeah. Does it taste bang on? Not really. I mean, it's kind of a hard one to replicate. It really is. It's
legally anyway.
Yeah. So it's not something that you can do easily. But is it the closest one we've tried so far? Yes.
Yes, it is.
By a long way. We've made our own. We've tried some from other sites, and we've tried this one now, and it's.
Tried Neil's. We've also got another one coming as well, guys, which is just run it out there.
But yeah, this is the best one we've tried so far. Yeah, hands down.
Yeah, this is the best cannabis-esque. The thing is, guys, I mean, if you used to smoke cannabis and you now don't smoke cannabis because you vape, then like myself, to be honest with you, it's hard to nail that flavour, especially more recently when things are changing and it doesn't taste the same anymore. So getting something that's going to match that flavour is basically an impossible task. It really is. You've got more chance of roasting a flavour and it tasting like beef Yorkshire pudding, potato, peas, carrots and all that kind of hoo-ha. Nailing the flavour bang on is not going to be something that really is achievable, because if it was easy to synthesise that flavour, there wouldn't be anywhere near as many people doing it. It's as simple as that. But we're going to do our marks out of 10. One for what we think it's supposed to taste like and whether it matches what it's supposed to, and then our personal take on it by our preference. So do you want to hit? I'll hit first.
Go on then.
I'll hit. Switching up. For what it's supposed to taste like out of the bottle, it's labelled the green stuff. I think it's. I wouldn't confuse that with anything else. I wouldn't vape that and go, is that strawberry? No, of course not. I know that what it's supposed to taste like. So I'm going to give it an 8 for that, because I don't think you could really get much closer than an 8, to be honest with you. So there you go. That's my mark for what it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah. I don't want to say this isn't spot on. It just isn't. Well, we've been through it a couple of times just through this video, but it isn't spot on. But I'm going to give it a 7 because it's the closest so far. But I think it can be slightly better. I think it can.
Bitch.
I think it can get better.
Not a connoisseur, all of a sudden becomes a connoisseur. A wicked, okay. And then our personal take on it. For me, it's not something I'd buy, to be honest with you. I wouldn't buy a weed flavoured juice typically. We've made one for the lols. We wanted to just see how close these flavourings could be, and the one we made was terrible. It really was. So that is what it is. Bear in mind, it's not something I'd buy. I'm going to give it a 7. I think it's not a bad liquid. I think if you're after this kind of thing, and it's definitely not an all day liquid, put it that way, but if you wanted just an half hour at night, or in the morning if you were one of them, where you could just sit there and have a little puff away and watch Jeremy Kyle and be reminiscent of when you was 23 and had no job, then you could do that.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. This is about a 7. It's not a bad vape at all. I mean, like I say, it's the closest so far we've tried, and if you was a heavy on it and you've just recently come on to e-cigarettes, this is definitely one to try and keep you off that stuff as well as the tobacco. So I wouldn't say it's going to replicate, because it's just not. There is certain reasons why people smoke that stuff. we all know what those reasons are. I'm not going to say them aloud. This is not. This is not going to give you the same effect, but it is going to give you a similar taste, and maybe
it's reminiscent, isn't it?
Take your cravings away from wanting it.
It's definitely it reminds you of it, which I suppose is probably, like I say, as close as you're going to get, because you might not say it out loud, but I will. You're not getting high off of this liquid. You're just not. But I'd hope you wouldn't want to.
But you may get a head rush if you vape too hard.
I've got a little head rush then, so you never know. Nicotine is a new substitute. 24 milligram strength. But no, you're not getting high. It's not going to serve the same purpose that smoking cannabis did, if that's what you want to do. But if you just want a reminiscent flavour, something you can chillax with, and it is definitely a conversational piece, because the amount of times that I've said to people, you should try e-cigarettes, and they go, can you get a weed flavour? I'm not joking, loads. It's definitely something that piques people's interest. So if nothing else, it might get something to try an e-cigarette, and what more can you want, really, to be honest with you? So that is what it is.
Obviously, we're just going to say a big thank you to Keith, and mainly Kirsty.
Of course.
For sending these down again, and thank you for the ties. We will be wearing these up to Christmas and New Year on whatever vape gear sends us, so keep an eye out for them. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yep, I've been Mr. Proton. Spin the worm. See you soon.